My second trip to the highest peak in the Diablo mountain range was prompted by Steve, the guy who set the geocache there, inviting me to reset it with him, which I was very excited to do. We have some beautiful lighting here in the mountains. This is just coming up into the valley that contains the peak. Very beautiful sunrise. And we had
wow, that's beautiful.
Steve's 4-wheel drive truck, which made things a lot easier. Here we are at the gate, which can be tricky. Combos aren't always right.
Wow.
Let me just make sure it works. That's it, huh? Yep. Okay.
The what is it? The grayish?
Exactly.
That's the serpent, and that is the stuff that is full of asbestos.
Yeah, it has like asbestos fibers.
Sierra Nevada's in my next range. I really want to do the Immigrant Trail.
That's all Manzanita. It's interesting. I like it. It's pretty.
Yeah, just don't ever have to bushwhack through it.
It's tough as hell, huh?
It's completely unyielding.
Really?
You will get fucked up. You see those branches there?
Uh-huh.
That's a super hard wood.
Really?
I mean, they're like unbreakable.
Really?
Yeah, and they're super scratchy too. And
So what do you got to use, like a machete?
a chainsaw. Yeah. Yeah, just don't ever bushwhack through that stuff if you can all avoid it. I got lost once and had to do it, and I was just like raw hamburger
Oh my gosh.
when I finished up.
The Serpentine Barrens are really interesting. I guess there's not a lot of soil content, not a lot of nutrient content in the soil, so just nothing grows there.
It's interesting.
It's like it's somewhere where they could film, like, something that looked like it happened on another planet. There's nothing growing. Everything looks like it's been graded. I mean, look at that. Outside of the road, but look at the other stuff. It just looks like it's been purposefully done. And it's not. It's just, that's all natural right there. It's very cool. Now, this place where we went is governed by the Clear Creek Management Area. And they basically don't really want you to go in this place. I didn't really talk about how the gate combinations sometimes don't work. You saw in the beginning. It's not the first time I've seen or heard of this. And they're just, the directions to get there are super sketchy and just confusing. If you don't already kind of know what you're doing, it's so difficult to navigate this. I guess it's like 35,000 acres out there. And they call it the natural Serpentine Barrens. There is a kind of an ethereal beauty to it, isn't there? Wow, look at that. It's kind of playing with the camera here, playing with the lighting, trying to figure things out. I would also really appreciate some feedback if you are watching this longer version of my videos. How do you like, the voiceover? I'm going to be doing some investigation on who the mountain was named for, the history of the mountain. There's surprisingly little stuff out there, so it's going to take some digging, but yeah. So let me know what you think. And let's see here. I think that coming up here is the segment where we find the benchmark for Larious Peak. That's one of the things that Steve is into, is finding benchmarks. I think it's really cool. I like that too. I found a couple yesterday in Henrico, and those videos will be coming up pretty soon. I'm so far behind on shooting. I do more exploring than I do editing, to my great, detriment. Here we go. We almost gave up on this, and then I found it.
I found it! Yeah. Right here. You gotta come through this spot right here.
We're the first people to find this.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no one's logged it on the geocaching benchmark page. So
It really is just like a piece of concrete. Not even like a symmetrical piece of concrete.
yeah, it's like some blob.
Yeah, they just really lazily poured it.
Yeah.
Here, you need me to block that? Is that better?
There was one spot you stood where it was really good.
Right there.
There it is, yeah. Here, you want to get a shot of it too?
I can just clip it out of the video. So teach me about this. What is anything here worth learning? You know what I mean?
Well, it's a benchmark, so it's a known location that they've surveyed to, and you can use that as a reference for other surveys.
Well, yeah, no, I understand
Yeah.
that. I used to actually do something called grade checking. I don't know if you know what that is. It's in construction. That's how you make sure everything's the right level. And you have to use like an eyepiece, and you use stakes, and you shoot. So I know all about like.
Okay.
But I mean, like, is this word mean anything?
Larious. This is Larious Peak.
This is Larious Peak. Okay.
Yeah, we're
and
on
what
Larious
about this?
Peak.
1962.
That's the year it got placed.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then number 1. What does that mean? Is that north? Is it pointing north?
I don't know. That doesn't seem north. Well, that could be north. Let's see.
It says for more information.
Here's the data sheet for it.
So where do you get this?
I downloaded it from geocaching.
Okay. So this is all. So geocaching includes kind of these benchmarks.
Yeah, it's sort of like.
It's like a side kind of thing.
Exactly. So if you look at if you go to your profile and click on the geocaches found, it lists all the different geocache types, and then right at the bottom it says NGS benchmarks.
Okay. Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is something. This is kind of like my kind of style. You know what I mean? This is kind of.
I mean, these are all over the place. You can find them everywhere.
Really?
Right? Like
Because they use them for things. They need to be
Right.
within line of sight of other ones, right?
Not necessarily, but
It helps.
it helps. Yeah. I like finding them in out of the way. That's a nice little vista.
I want to go check this out.
So you bagged Larious Peak now.
Larious Peak. All right. Add that to my my peak baggers list. I don't know why, but I find this sort of like formation to be just unsettling. It feels so lonely. Damn, I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it.
That's why they call them Badlands.
Yeah?
Yeah, they have quite a lot of those in Death Valley as well.